What's up, everyone? Good morning. I hope everyone's doing well. And today we got the Lotto Friday up in the mix. I'm gonna change some of the watch list names that I'm looking at. Well, not watch list names, but I'm gonna change the order up a little because I found some things started moving a little better than others. So I'm gonna switch it up here a little. The main four I'm gonna focus on this morning are gonna be Google, Shopify, Moderna, and Amazon. Yes, all are wider spreads, all are larger names, a little more expensive, but those four I think could have that potential. Now Walmart's on a close watch list because I think can run as well. But remember, it's Lotto Friday. What we're doing is we're playing size where we're comfortable losing a large portion of the premium. So let's break this down here with the overall market. Why don't we look at the futures here because it paints a better picture because we can see what happened overnight. Now, come on, move. So what we had here in the futures overnight, I was talking in the futures room last night, and I was mentioning the dip buyers coming in at this area, right, at these 03s. So this is close to the all-time high in the SPY, and we ripped, and my target was 20, right? So the 20 right here. And I said I wanted to fade the 27s to 30s, right? So we came up into 23 and then it dumped. So I missed that limit and we got that sell side because there was just a lot of flow coming in. Now we have a little area right here of interest, a pocket of interest, but the area that we're holding, we're going to see on the SPY is down here. Now, this is a huge, huge pivotal support that we see on the SPY time and time again. Now, if we come into this area of resistance, these 03s, 04s on the futures, I think we can really spring this thing higher and move back to the highs. So I just wanted to show you the dump on the futures because you can't really see it here on the SPY. But this blue box, time and time again, is going to be our little friend, right? It's going to be our little canary here that allows us to make the decision along. We're sure. So as long as we stay above this blue box, there is the potential for us to reach that high and move back into that 472. So that 472 was tagged overnight on the futures, but not here on the ETF. So I know we watch this carefully and to see how we shape up. So far, we're riding the bull pretty well, but I think we can get another leg up. Now, the four names that I said I'm going to watch a little more closely. Yeah, Apple could be in the midst as well, but mainly is going to be Google, Moderna, Amazon, and Shop. So Moderna, yesterday, remember we stated, hey, the gap fill is kind of starting here, but I didn't know it was going to run like this, right? I didn't know today the news would drop and we'd be up like 13 points. So on Moderna, it's forming a bull flag here pre-market. I want to see what happens if we break that 267.50, that 270 area, and we start flying higher. There could be some potential in that. So I want to watch that area, and I'm going to be watching some of these. Let's see on Moderna, what am I going to watch? I'm going to be watching these probably around like 275, 280 calls. I think they could be pretty good. Yeah, they are a little further out. Maybe playing at the money would be the best here, but maybe if this could fly, we're going to get it pretty nice. Amazon as well. Amazon, yesterday we had a great move, and I don't think it's done. You look at this thing on a daily, right? This is a huge, huge resistance on Amazon. If we get that flyer above this level, right, this 3,715, 3,712 area, I really like that for the next move higher. 3,715, we get that pop. I really like Amazon, the 3,750 calls maybe. So I'm gonna watch to see if we hold out the 3,700 support, and then we can make a move off of that. And then finally here, we got Shopify and Google. Shopify and Googly here. I like to see if we can get the break on Google above the 3012s. The 3012s are going to be a very interesting area. We can play the 3020s or the 3030s through that. I think it can get a nice push. It formed out really well into the close, right? It's still pressing these highs. And I think all the addition of all those call buyers is going to propel this thing higher. Now, Shop, whoa, what a pop on Shop here. We got the move yesterday in the room. Pretty nice in Discord. Nice pop here. And pre-market, we're at all-time highs. So if we see a little flush and then push back to the upside, I really do like this. I'm going to be watching for the next leg up above 1720, but I want to see what happens off the open here. And I think a lot of these calls could work. So why don't we wait for that and see what happens there? So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm also going to be looking at Walmart very closely, but I don't want to look at too many things. If anything comes up, I'll let you guys know. Let's see. A little pullback here in a lot of names, which is good because then they're under a trigger. I do like Moderna today a lot though. Roblox could be up there as well. Just keep an eye on Roblox. Roblox, Walmart, some of the outliers. Oh well, MU is starting to rip a little, which is good. And very strong gap right now. I like MU. Let's rip this bad boy into 100. I got too many shares. Let's see what we get off the open here. We got about 2 minutes here. Apple is starting to go somewhere, I think. Whoa, Apple, what the hell was that? Apple just like popped back into resistance. So that one becomes of interest again. Look, everything's just starting to rip here a little. Oh yeah, into freaking rocket. This thing's above 700. That's a good long-term name. I have only a few shares though. The Into chart looks ridiculous. Pan W also ripping on earnings. Palo Alto. Roblox starting to go somewhere. All right, ding ding ding. There is a market bell. Let's see what we get going here. Let's see what the moves are. PFE is starting to rip a little here. Roblox ripping a little. MU ripping a little. Shop is starting to go. Amazon kind of holding out. Amazon trying to go. Wow, even on Lotto Fridays, these shops are pretty expensive. I'm just looking at them right now. Trying to see what is up. Amazon is going right now. Google pulling down a little. Again, over market, a little market sell right now. Shop is really starting to go here, guys. Apple's getting sold a little here. I'm gonna watch this Moderna. Amazon's going. First 5 minutes, remember, guys. Shop is just ripping right now. For now, it could get head faked. Remember, first 5 minutes. I'm watching Apple too. Amazon, they bought some calls this morning. Not surprised. Look at it. Let's see if 1740 could break on shop, and I'm gonna take a piece at these. Honestly, like 1800 calls. Amazon is just ripping off the open here. MU ripped a nice bit. So did Roblox. Let's see, shop isn't going anywhere right now. Moderna is going, guys. Shop couldn't break. Shop pulled back for now. And see these MRNAs. MRNA, I'm honestly gonna take a piece of these 275s. See if I can fill around 190, 195 on these Modernas. I filled just a touch of them, those POSs. Crap, I couldn't get the full fill on Moderna. They're up 45% right now, though. You gotta trim. You gotta trim, guys. Trim and trail 55% right now. 60% Myrna. Just trim and trail. New 5-minute candle. You just gotta trim and trail here because it's a lotto, right? They're gonna move very erratically here on Myrna. I'm watching shop too. Yeah, it failed on that 5-minute pullback. Look at Amazon too. Couldn't pick up Amazon. Amazon here. I'm watching it. It's going really well though. Amazon is just ripping, guys. Well, I don't even know which ones to take here. I think they just ran without me. Moderna, I couldn't. I mean, Amazon, I couldn't get any. Moderna, we're sitting pretty, guys. We're sitting real pretty right now. We're at 70% Moderna. Let's see if we can really pump this thing. Let's see if we can get a 100% mover on Moderna here. I only got partial fill though, which is kind of a pain in the butt. All right, 80%, 90% right now, Moderna, guys. Google is starting to go. We just saw 90% on that Moderna, guys. Wish I had it from yesterday, but I'm watching shop. I'm watching Google kind of just ripped without me. Been busy with this Moderna. I'm gonna cut most of the rest of this Moderna. Let's see what happens with Moderna. I just have the stops. Whatever happens, happens at this point. Let's see what shop is up to here and Google. I'm watching Google because it can't really close above this area yet. I'm watching these 30, 50 calls on Google here. Okay, shop. What I'm watching right now is, come on, get away. Shop, even these like 1800 calls, they're very, the spread is really wide, so you just got to be very cautious. Don't enter at ask. I want to see it through this 1740, probably about $6 a contract. Moderna still trying to hold out. So I'm watching around like 550-ish on these shop calls. I'm just watching shop. I want to see it break the tops. That would be the ideal move. Okay, Moderna really going here, guys. Almost 100%. I'm watching shop and I'm watching Google here. No closes really. MU is going pretty good. What else is moving? I added some SPG on that dip. That's what filled, I think. Apple's trying to go. I'm watching shop and Google here. Amazon, they're trying to buy. I missed that Amazon runner. So far, one trade with Moderna. Just watching Shopee here to see if we can run it. Watching those cheap 1800 calls, but we got to get the break. MU is looking pretty good, but I think it ran a little too much for me to get in right now in this moment. Amazon continues to go. Roblox ran as well. Nike is trying to go here. I'm going to watch a few different things. I'm watching Amazon as well. Why don't I set an alert just before this happens here on shop so I don't miss this? And hear this guy. And then Amazon, I'm going to watch. Yeah, they're pretty expensive, but it's 3,800 calls on Amazon I'm watching. Tesla's going somewhere. All right, shop. I'm gonna add some of these 1800s. Um, trying to get them around like 570 to 590 a contract. Okay, it's starting to go here. Let's see if we can actually get that 1740 break. Be best to add them on the break naturally. Okay, come on, shop. Give me the monies. Let me see that wild break. Come on, let me see that 1745 on shop here, 1750. A new 5-minute candle here kind of failed. Still shop. We're up 15% on those calls. I think it has that potential. We just broke 1745. Those 1800s, they were a little adventurous, if you will. See, if you get a failure like that, they're gonna get wiped pretty fast. There's only 15% potential on those shop calls. Let's see if it continues to rip here. MU just continues to go here along with Roblox. I like what is this thing called? MU is doing with the semis here. MU is a nice ripper today. Oh well, shop. I just cut this shop. If we don't get above, if we get below the 1735 right now, it's done. If we get above 1740 now, I think we're still in the clear. MU really nice rip today. Pullbacks on a lot of things here. Shop, they're buying calls, but there we go. Okay, I'm done with this. Minus 10% on it. What shop turning around right now? Yeah, I'm watching this Amazon for sure. I'm watching Amazon and Google here very carefully. MU just continues to rip, guys. MU very heavy volume on it too. I'm watching Nike here and Roblox to see if they can set up some kind of consolidation. And the triple Qs are going pretty well. Let's see what we're getting here with these guys. Next 5-minute candle coming up soon. MU is really ripping here. I'm watching this Nike here too. But maybe next week's Nike. Nike next week's 177.50s could work. Maybe wait for a little pullback on it. Oh, Nvidia is trying to break a new high here. I think all semis are really trying to take control today. Nike's going here right now, guys. Next week's 177.50s. They're going pretty good right now. Well, they're going really good right now. Oh, sorry, it's not on the screen. It's at 22% right now. I'd consider just maybe trailing a little, trimming a bit. I'm also watching Google. I just have a take profit on Nike for half the position at 30%, then we can trail the rest of it. It's gonna hit it. Oh, Nike. I'm watching Google here too. Where is Nike? Sorry, I lost it somewhere. Where did my position go? We're at 32% on Nike. I'm just gonna trim and then just put the what's it called? And pull the stop up. A firm is going AFRM. And actually look at the puts for AFRM. They could print. Let's put up AFRM while Google continues to not close above these areas. And just keep watching Nike here. I think we can get a banger. AFRM is dumping. Might have missed some of these puts, but I'm looking for a pullback on these 133 puts. Let's see if we can get it to 175, 176 on Nike here. Facebook ran pretty well. Nice flag shaping up on Amazon here. Oh, AFRM, I couldn't get the fill, damn it. Nike saw a 40% mover on those 177.5s for next week. Look at these AFRMs are dumping. Facebook's starting to rip right now. AFRM, I couldn't get in the puts, guys. If anyone managed to pick up any puts, well done. The puts are going to print on AFRM. What is this, Google? Let's look at Facebook here quickly. Facebook just rip through a lot of these levels. I just noticed I didn't have an alert on it. I'm watching right now. AFRM, damn, well done if you got those puts. AFRM continues to dump. Nvidia is going pretty well. AFRM, how dare you? Nike is about to really push here. I have my next take profit set at 41%. Let's see, mentioning Apple here. Apple is ripping too. I didn't get a piece of that though. It's doing really well. It might hit that 160. There's a lot of calls for the 160s that we noticed yesterday. All right, trim some at about 42% on Nike. Let's see if we can get this guy going. Amazon just broke the bull flag. Damn, I missed it. If anyone's in on that Amazon bull flag break, I think could really go. Nike doing really well here, guys. Trail and trim, you know the rules. Apple going as well. I think Apple wants that 160 today. This thing's really going. Apple 159 pretty much. Let's see if this Google. Let's see. What else do we have here? Nike, guys. Nike 160 a con from 110-ish, about 45%, just trim and trail. Shop wants to go, but it can't. Let's see if we can get this Nike push. Could have got it maybe a little earlier. And I didn't want to go the 0 days to expiry, to be honest. I want to get that googly. It's lagging right now. Look at this thing. I'm watching this Google. I think it could get a rip. I'm watching Google. See if we can really get that break. So far, Nike's doing really well here, guys. I have another take profit set at 50%, 165 a con here. I wanna see Nike filled some at 50%. I want to see this Google. I'm watching it yesterday. I mean, I'm watching it yesterday. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, ADBE. Yeah, was it not on the radar? I feel like I posted it somewhere or I talked to someone about it, about the break of the all-time highs. But I said the spreads were too wonky for me, I think. Or I'd never traded it. I can't remember. Yeah, spreads aren't even that bad. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Too many random things going on at once. Nvidia is moving very nicely here. I'm watching Google. I think Google could have something in it. Oh, Etsy, let's go. Almost tagged 300 today. Watch Nvidia for the potential breakout of the highs. Watch Nike here. Just remember, trim and trail. Watching Google. No real pushes above the area. Just these little head fakes. But Nvidia here is looking mighty interesting. Pull down on a lot of things here. SPY took a little sell. Watching Nvidia carefully and Google pulled back pretty hard. Let the Googles settle down. We could maybe find a base on it. I'm all out of that Nike. If it goes right now. It's all good. We got a nice move. We got into our target area. Let's see. I'm watching Google. Let's see if we can form a base here. SPY is getting pulled down. Just careful. We're gonna see some potential downside in this. D-Dog is moving. Coin did pretty well. Adobe did really well. Let's see what else we're watching. I like that Google's forming a base here. I'm watching Nvidia closely. Let's put up Nvidia here. It's gonna be hard if the market doesn't start ripping though. I'm watching Nvidia here if we can really get that push. The 330 calls look decent. I'll watch it though. You gotta be careful. You gotta wait for the break. They keep buying Nvidia and Amazon. There's a lot of bullish premium on Nvidia. They're really hammering it. Google, I'm still waiting. This can't form a base just yet. Let's see what Nvidia is up to. AMZN is trying to pull back up after the earnings dump. I want to see the break of this NVIDIA. Let's get this clear defined break above 328. Let's see how this NVIDIA does. Too much bullish flow on this. No need to get in this now. It's dumping. We need the market to start ripping. That's what's going to pull things higher, in my opinion, here. Google back below 3,000. Let's see what we got for the remainder of this Lotto Friday. Did AFRM continue to dump? I haven't been looking at it since I missed it. Google's not looking so hot here. I'm still watching NVIDIA. Plug got a nice break. Yeah, lots kind of looking put worthy here. The SPY is trying to hold up pretty well at this support for now. Let's see NVIDIA. What are we doing here? MU is actually looking pretty good. Might do next week's though. Next week's 82 calls on MU. Trying to bid around like 90 to 92 a contract. Aggressive fill is 95 a contract on the MU. If these semis start ripping, this is gonna be a nice move. I'm also watching this NVIDIA. Let's watch NVIDIA. Let's watch these semis just in general. 5-minute candle about to form a new one. I'm watching NVIDIA too here. If we get this huge pop and just overall market in the semis, we're gonna pull a lot of these things higher. Watching Amazon too, it's shaping up some nice wicks at this pullback level. From aggressive entry, we're up 18% on MU here. Let's see if it breaks above this resistance right here, 8105. It's gonna be a rip. Added some Amazon Lottos, the 3770s at this pullback. It's riskier, so I don't know. Just you got to be super careful with this 100% Lotto here. I'm holding my MUs nicely. Now we got partial fill on those MUs. They're doing very well now though. 21% right now. I'm just gonna make my stop so that I can't lose money on it. 95 to 115 right now. Let's see if we can get that break. I have my first take profit at 125 a contract. I'm watching NVIDIA to see if we can break it. 10 more cent move on MU, and I think we're gonna rip it. All right, MU. Show me the monies. Show me the monies. Right now they're at 26%. These MU calls next week's 82. So you know you can trail, you can trim. Let's see what happens with this NVIDIA as well. About 30% on MU. I'm gonna trim some here, and then just pull the stop up. NVIDIA can't really break. This Amazon Lotto is looking decent as well here. From the pullback on those 3770s. About 30% on those Amazons. MU did really well here, guys. We managed to tag 33% on MU, just trail and trim. Amazon Lottos, let's see if they can continue. Very nice bounces with those long wicks at these levels. MU, let's see if we can test that high around 82. If these go in the money, we're gonna be high-fiving. NVIDIA just can't break. No trade can't break. About 35% on those Amazon Lottos. MU guys, 130 a contract. From 95 aggressive entry, about 37%. I'm gonna trim some at 40% on MU. Right here, we're at 41%. Well done. If anyone's holding, just keep trailing. Okay, MU, let me see that juice. It's at 45% almost. Those Amazon Lottos are at 41% from the pullback area. Very good pullback area. I really like how that went. Let's see how far we can go with this guy on the Amazons. Whoa, LCID had a really strong rip today. Plug is ripping. Amazon is going really well here. Amazon touching about 50%, 52% on the Lottos here from the pullback. MU pull back a little, trim and trail. You know the rules. I scaled out a decent amount of them. Spreads are pretty ugly on Amazon. Let's see if we can test that top 3760 on Amazon. I'm out of that Amazon on that pullback. Oh my god, Twitter is trying to pop here. Twitter ripping right now. It looks like news. This looks like news on Twitter. I picked up some of these 50 calls. What are they called? Lottos. Lottoing some calls on Twitter. They're pure lottos though. They're like 40. They were around 30 cents, but they're about 40 cents right now. Just it's a pure lotto though. So I didn't really mention it. It's not something that I want you guys really entertaining. Could be just a full loss. See, because if it pulls back right now, then MU is still trying to sustain some of that upside. If we break the 81.75 on MU, we're really gonna see this thing rip. Pull down on the overall market here on SPY. We couldn't really pop from that support. Could pull some things down here. You go super Lotto size on this. Like they're around 30 to 33 a contract. Let's see the 50 takeover on this. The volume's pretty heavy, so we could see the 51s on these on Twitter. These 50 calls, just again, super Lotto size. They're like 30 cents a contract. We break above 50, this Twitter could be a decent move. But remember, the IV is a little juiced based on this wild pop. Interesting moves today. Surprisingly, a lot of trades today. Maybe one too many. Those ran from 30 cents where you guys could have entered to 40 cents on Twitter. Let's just see, what is that? 10, 3. What is that, like 30? Yeah, about 30% on those potential. If you guys wanted to trim there, they're still up, but you just got to be careful. If this thing reverses, they're going to just obliterate the position. So 30 cent on a 0 days to expiry. See, like the thing's negative now. MU is trying to go. Still watching MU here, guys. They're almost 60%. SE is trying to pick up some buying. Facebook looks actually decent. I think there was some news behind Facebook and Twitter. I'm watching these 350 calls for this week. I'm gonna take some lottos on it. On those 350s. I got a partial fill at 84 contract. It looks pretty good, especially if we break through this resistance. The 347s. Trade desk is trying to pull back up. Twitter. Twitter is. What is this? Twitter. There we go. We got the break. 50% on these lottos. 60% Twitter. Holy crap. These things could really go. They were 30 cents a con. 77% Twitter. 80%. 85. What the hell? 90%. You better have trimmed and trailed. They're sitting around 70%. Twitter, if it goes, it goes. What is the other one called that I was looking at? SE. SE is still kind of going. Okay, I'm out of that Twitter. If it goes, it goes. No, it's none of my business. Interesting OPEX today. Yeah, Facebook. I got a smaller piece in it. MU. I really like this with Facebook too. Remember the 350 calls that I took on Facebook here. I just told you guys the fill around 84 con. MU. I think this thing could run. Still trying to hold those. Facebook. It needs to run here. Let's see if this MU breaks the tops. 64%, 63% on MU from the pullback. Let's see if we can get the top break. The only crap trade I had today was shop pullback on Twitter. Twitter, that was funny. Okay, Moo. Come on, Moo. 66% on Moo. I'm gonna trim some more at 70%. Okay. Trim some at 70% here on MU. Volume's not that heavy on this break to the upside though. 171 a contract is the next target on MU for 80%. Come on, Facebook, show me a rip AFRM. Yeah, AFRM looks kind of crap. It's OPEX. I'm not expecting too much. Come on, Facebook. Facebook's at about 17% a con. Up to you if you want to just lotto this or just pull some of the stops up. MU pulled down a little here. All right, 20% on those Facebook calls. Let's see what we can get here. Come on, man, just break. I'm gonna trim and trail some if we can get to 25% here on Facebook. All right, right about here. 10. Oh, we got up to 27. Oh, so I filled some at 110 a con. 30% here, Facebook. Let's see if we can continue this rip. Let's see. 32% here, Facebook. 35%. Trim and trail here. I would say this is a lotto. Let's see if we can continue this rip. We just tagged 40% here on those Facebooks. See, with these lottos, when they pull back even slightly, it eats at your profits. Yeah, this is I don't know how. Just shop kind of slapped me in the head. But everything we had today was just a slapper. We're at 41% on Facebook, just trim and trail. I don't know how we did it, but I woke up on the right side of the bed. I got a little more sleep last night. Went to my parents, they fed me. My dad's a chef. Feel good. That's good. Didn't trade much on Fridays. Like, it's not like what you do on Fridays is you trade your profits, or you trade a portion of your profits so you end the week green. You don't like try to make the day on a Friday. Whatever I traded today was with like 30-40% of the weekly profits. I'm out of Facebook naturally. Facebook could potentially continue ripping, but 40% mover on it. You know what? I'll take it. It could keep going. So like whatever your risk management tolerance is. Tesla's looking good. They're getting the 1050 calls. They're hammering them pretty good. I'm just gonna watch it. MU just shy of that 80% marker. It was like 1 cent away from filling that 80% on SU on MU, not SU. I'm watching Tesla here carefully. MU, we're in the money. These 82s, we just filled 80% on these. Let's see where we go from here. Next stop, 90% for me. Which is from the aggressive entry. I told you I didn't get the full fill on these 180 a contract. I'm gonna go 181 a contract, see if those fill. And remember, these are next week's. I don't know what this week's did. If I chose, let's say the 81s for this week, we can do the math and see what they could have been up or down. So they were 40 cents a contract. Like obviously the gain is much more, right? 40 cents a contract. They're trading 120 right now. Like there were a 200% gain on those MUs, but I don't know. I didn't want to lotto that one. 200% versus 90%, or sorry, 80, like 5%. Like, yeah, okay, 200% sounds a lot better, but it was going to be a pure lotto. This time with the next week's expiry, what I did was I had like a decent stop, right? I had a stop that was like respectable instead of just saying, you know what, I'm going to risk 100% of this. We're almost at 90% on the MUs for next week, guys. There we go, 90% filled. 95% here on MU. Let's see if we can get 100% on this. Let's see overall market. The futures are kind of choppy. I was kind of looking at the futures, seeing if I could find anything to trade, but I'm just nursing my baby MU here. Surprisingly, the biggest winner of the day on MU would have been Twitter, which was kind of weird. Yeah, futures look interesting to say the least. Nas pulling down. Yeah, Nas kind of penanting right now. Let me check what Apple's doing here. Apple's trying to go, but whatever. If it's 160 today, it hits 160. I'm not an Apple. I was looking at the 157.50 calls, but let's see what our friend, let's see what Nike's doing. Oh, wow. Nike held up pretty well. I'm out of those, though. I don't think Google managed to go, did it? No. Googly moogly. MU just managed. If you want to get out, get out. I don't know how much longer this thing could go. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it's going to go to like 200%. There's rebalancing OPEX. You know the drill. Like it's probably going to be a choppier, slower day, maybe into the afternoon. No need to push things here. I'll just put the pull up, guys, to wrap up the week. MU still trying to press. Apple is trying to go here. MU 95% potential here. Let me know how you did today, what you traded. If you picked any of the bangers up. 7 trades, which is a little much for a Friday, a Lotto Friday on an OPEX, right? But the opportunity was there and it looked pretty good. So it's hard not to, per se. What was we doing? So we can talk about what we had today in terms of actual trades. We were looking at a bunch of stuff, right? A bunch of stuff didn't really trigger. Like I was looking at Google and whatnot, didn't really trigger on that. But this how the day went pretty much. We'll do a little wrap up here to wrap up everyone's Friday. So we had 7 trades, like I said. Moderna was the first, right? Moderna was the first here. We then had, well, let me just pull this up. Oops, how did that happen? So let's restart this. Moderna was the first trade that we had today out of the 7. We also had Shop, which was the second. We had Nike, right? We had MU, right? We had Amazon. and then we had Twitter and Facebook. So Twitter just looked like a news one. It was kind of weird to me. I don't really know what happened there. But Moderna, we had the weeklies, right? They ran up to 70% on these guys. They did pretty well here. It might have ran a little more, but we got that break really, really nice. We made sure that we popped in the calls, right? I said the 275s for X amount. I forget how much they were, and they ran pretty good here. Shop. Now I want to see that 1740 break, because I didn't get in off the open, and it did for a bit, but it kind of just like fizzled out. And I just took it out at minus 20%. I didn't want to risk the full premium. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't going anywhere. Nike ran for about like 45%. I believe we took the following weeks. We did a lot of November 26th calls. So instead of this week's, because I didn't really want to, yeah, okay, they could have ran more, obviously, especially on this break, but I just wanted to be more conservative and protect some of those profits and be able to have an actual stop, right? MU ran over 95%, right? I'm still trailing some, not full position, obviously, but we picked this trade out and we managed it through and through right here, right on the pullback. I said I'm getting these 95 dollars a contract here for next week's expire, the 82s. They're in the money right now, and they did pretty well. Amazon, we mentioned the Lotto, the 377 zero calls, right? They ran about like 40 to 45%. On the pullback, we explained it all here with the pullback into the wicks, right? It looked pretty good, picked some up, it ran, and then we could have cut it out. Twitter was just a pure Lotto play. Now, I got in without really mentioning anything, but it pulled back a little, and I said, you know what, the 50s for this week at 30 cents, pure Lotto size, $30 a contract, pure Lotto size. They ran about just shy of 100%, right? They ran about 90%. I think they did run 100%, but I cut them at about 90% before we pulled back down, and you had to just protect that trade. And then Facebook ran about 41%. I cut it before that on that move, right? Facebook, I wanted to see if we could break the 350 calls. It was this little break right here that we caught, and we got a nice little push. It dropped, cut it out, and then now it's trying to climb back up again. So overall, really, really good day, I would say. We had a lot of good potential trades, and the main thing that I did was choose a lot of next week's expiries for November 26th, so I can have a decent stop, so I didn't have to lotto them, especially on a rougher week, right? It was a harder week for sure. We did have some bangers in Apple and a big tech names yesterday, but I want to make sure to protect some of those profits, so we didn't go pure lotto on these. So overall, a really good day. If you guys want to review, this is going to be up, the recording is going to be up, but i think that we've ended the week really well. A lot of the swings are kind of like it was a tough week swinging, that's for sure, but we ended the week really well. We had a lot of good moves today, and I hope everyone took advantage of those. So I hope everyone's doing well, has a great weekend, and we'll be in the Discord in the afternoon to see if there's anything else. But there is like a 95% chance that I'm not going to be trading anything for the rest of the day after such a good end to the week. So if you want to review the trades, why we took them, they're going to be in the recording as well. And we'll see you guys in Discord and next week. Have a great weekend, everyone. And yeah, thank you all for watching.